known to the community. It's a problem that we hear about all too well on the 6 o'clock news, and that is domestic violence. Many of us may know someone that has been in an abusive relationship. Maybe even some of us have been in an abusive relationship. But nevertheless, it's an important issue in the community, and we have Teresa, who is here today, and she is our superhero, and she's going to give us some information on domestic violence. So may I present to you Jusdeelook.
I thought he loved me. What he loved was having power over me, arguing, fussing, complaining day by day. I couldn't understand why I was remaining in this abuse, ridicule, belittling, trying to steal my joy. My joy comes from the Lord, and Lord, you're my strength and my redeemer. You live inside me. It is through you I live, I breathe. No more, no more. I want to be free. Thank you. I thank you, Lord. You helped me. You saved me. You saw me fall, and you raised me. No more tears, no more fights, no more fears. I've seen the light. Forgive me, Lord. You sent the signs. You didn't give up. You gave me more time. Time to get it right. Time to get away. Me and my kids' life, you never led astray. No more violence. No more fears. Our bodies are not our own, but reserved for the Master's use. I'm Jusdeelook with Weather the Storm. My focus has been, my focus has been on youth. I know a lot of people focus a lot on just domestic violence, period, but my focus is on youth because it, in most cases, begins at a young age. Statistics basically say that if a child was brought up in a home that there was some type of violence, the chances are that that child at some point is going to be either a victim or an abuser. So my focus is on saving our children, working with our children, making sure our children understand what it is to have a healthy relationship. The truth is our children are going to date. It's inevitable. They're going to date. The average child starts dating between the ages as early as 12 to 14 these days. Yeah, it's true. You don't want to accept it, but the truth is, whether you know it or not, the average kid starts dating between the ages of 12 and 14. Well, it's my job, I see it as my job, to help children understand how to date. Rather than tell my child, no, you can't date at an early age, teach them how to date before they start dating so that they understand what is healthy, what is not healthy. We have to teach, and the one thing that comes to mind always is, as a 16-year-old, we should be running, enjoying life. As a 16-year-old, of course, I'm not 16 now, but just a couple of years older. Okay. but what happens is that at 16 years old, I was in love with being in love, and that was when all I did was look at an item and he bought it for me, and then 6 months later, that everything that he bought for me, it came with a price. I didn't know it came with a price, but it came with a price. So every time there was a black eye or there was a bruise, there was a gift. And what did I do? I accepted that gift. I was not mature enough to understand what was really going on. And that is why we have to teach our children. Well, and this was at the age of 16. 4 years ago, I lost a cousin to domestic violence. She had she wasn't at Penelope House because she was not in the state. But this is why I fight for the cause. But her abuser left her for dead. He brutally beat her, but left her for dead, and she made it to a shelter. The shelter kept her protected. The one thing she told the person at the shelter was, I know he's going to kill me. She came back to the first time she went to court, he wasn't there. The next time she came home to go to court, she came to go to court. And the last person that spoke to her, she told the person, her friend, I will be down there as soon as I come get some money from Mario. Mario was the abuser that left her for dead. And that was the last anyone heard from her. Well, I play it over and line over and over again. If I was that friend, I would have said, you don't need any money. I would have said, I'll get you some money. I would have said all of these things, but it wasn't me. I wasn't that friend that she called. So my job, of course, is to teach young people to, one, recognize the signs of what an abuser is. Two, learn how to actually be a friend and not say, well, if it was me, I wouldn't do this, which means that they're going to continue in that relationship. Well, Mario was brought to justice, not just for the attempted murder. He had 22 years for the attempted murder. Mario got 25 additional years for the brutal murder of my cousin. And I think to myself, because I was a 16-year-old being abused, Mom said, what's that over your eye? And I said, oh, I was running through the woods and the tree limb bound and hit me in the head. And what did she do? She believed me. I need people to be aware of how to teach our young, not to say, it won't be mine. I'm teaching mine. My child knows what healthy is because me and my husband have a healthy relationship. Well, our kids are not like we are. They don't think like we think. So my job as a superhero, my job is to teach our children how to have healthy relationships. I'm a friend to children. Yes, that's me. I know that adults are supposed to be here and the kids are supposed to be hanging with the kids, but my job is to get in and become friends with the children so you can trust me and I can teach you how to have a healthy relationship. I am Weathers the Storm. I think I have a CD of the spoken word that I just did. So, all right.